Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. I'm Kevin.
What's up? I'm Adam.
And today we're going to be doing our second episode of, I don't know, exploring cocktails or something along those lines.
Sounds good. Good ring.
So, kind of had the idea, as we were exploring whiskeys from around the world of Japanese and Scotches and Irishes and brandies, not brandies, what? Bourbons. Yeah, bourbons, ryes, American whiskey, whatever. Another way to explore different whiskeys is the traditional cocktails, and we might even get into some of the weirder cocktails. But, we'll see what happens.
So yeah, tonight we're going to be making the Sazerac, one of the oldest cocktails, one of the oldest recipes for a mixed drink / cocktail, which follows the traditional lines of a cocktail, which is 3 ingredients: your spirit, your bitters, and your sweetener, your sugar. And it's hold true throughout the years. It's one of those drinks that it is traditionally a rye. Originally it was made with a brandy.
Cognac.
Cognac. That's right.
Originally it was a cognac.
Originally it was cognac, but when it was sort of developed in New Orleans at Peychaud's apothecary. Peychaud was a person who owned a apothecary in New Orleans, made his brandy cocktails with his own house-made bitters and with absinthe. So he was one of the first people to sort of go off the cocktail.
Now, one of the interesting parts is the fact that it does use absinthe, and for the longest time, you couldn't.
Right.
Absinthe was deemed illegal in 1912 and really didn't legalize again until 2007. So they actually used some other herbal, very, what is it, mentholy?
Herb saint. Yes. It has some of the traditional flavors. Your fennel, your clove, some of the things that you get from absinthe comes through with the herb saint.
Right. All right. So we're gonna make Sazerac.
All right. So the Sazerac consists of 2 ounces of spirit, multiple dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Very important. It's not going to be a Sazerac unless you use Peychaud bitters. Expression of lemon at the end. So get everything ready. One of the steps as well is you want to chill 2 glasses. You want to chill your mixing receptacle, whether that be a mixer, glass. I've got a highball glass here. And you also want to chill your final glass, the glass that you're going to be creating the cocktail into. So, first step, 2 ounces of, today we're going to be making it with as traditional as we can. We're going with Sazerac rye. Two ounces of spirit. Traditional Sazerac was made with muddled sugar cubes and your Peychaud bitters. We're going to speed it up / make it our own with a little bit of simple syrup. You do not want to use too much syrup in this drink. You don't want to overdo it, so you want to use a little bit over a bar spoon. It's about 15 mils. Then you want to ice down, I forgot the Peychaud. It's the most important part. 4 to 6 dashes of Peychaud. You want that nice red color. It's very important you have that nice red color coming through. Incorporate. We want to ice down our cocktail heavily. This is a drink that is served straight up. It's very important for your vessel and your glass to be very cold. Because like I said, this is a straight up cocktail. You don't want to break your ice either. You want your whole ice to slowly chill and dilute. Very important. So once your mixture is nice and chilled, diluted, you want to take a ice cold glass. You want to put a few drops of absinthe. You don't want to go too overboard with this. And you want to coat the glass. Very important step. In 1800, the bartenders used to throw it up in the air and spin it to coat the glass. So there we go. You can use a julep strainer or any strainer you have. Pour that right into the cocktail glass. You do not want to have any ice cubes in there. If you did it right, you won't have any cubes. Last step is an expression of lemon on top. You want to express this on top, get those nice sweet oils all over the glass. It's up to you as a bartender if you want to throw that in the glass or not. I do. There you have it, the Sazerac.
There you go.
All right.
I like the red. Cheers.
Cheers.
Take a little sip.
Sazerac's very similar to old fashioned, where it's an evolving drink, and it should be experience. First thing, you want that kick of lemon in your face.
Yeah, that comes through really strong.
Really
For
strong.
as thin and small,
Yeah.
I mean, the oil really does come out.
Yeah, those sweet oils should hit you right in the face as the glass comes up. Then you get into your spirit, which you should have nice, strong. With the star anise, you have, and with a rye, you get some of those baking spices. You get some. There's even a level of fruit. You get those red fruits. You get those rhubarbs. You get strawberries.
Overall, that's solid. There's fruit. It cuts down on a lot of the spice that I normally get off ryes. We all know I'm not a huge rye fan, but there's so many other flavors in there. It really pulls back on some of those notes that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yep.
I'm not a black licorice fan. That's not my big thing, but it's so light and there's so many other flavors in there.
Yep.
It is an interesting cocktail.
Yeah, the sweet lemon that really does cut through both
A
the
lot of
bourbon,
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the absinthe. So, but yeah, this is one of those drinks. If you don't like fennel,
Rye
if you don't
or
like
fennel
rye, you
or-
don't like licorice, you pour this for someone, they're gonna hate you. So, it's one of those things.
Right.
Like, yeah, you have to enjoy these.
Know your
these
audience
profiles.
a little bit and
Yeah,
what their profiles are, but
100%.
the cool part is the history here. This has been around. Obviously, you can't go back too far. There's not too much written, but rumors pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
This was like the cocktail that was real popular in ports around New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe not. They can't pinpoint that, but overall, it started with the cognac. And the cognac that they actually started it with was actually called Sazerac, and there's a lot of other French terms I don't know. So we're just going to skip all that. But ultimately, there was some kind of a plague on the grapes over in France,
Yeah.
and they couldn't ship out the cognacs anymore. So they decided to switch over to ryes, and I don't think they've ever looked back.
No, yeah, and this is one drink that, even though it's that old, this is from the early 1800s. It has not changed much.
No.
Where you have the old fashioned, where it's evolved, and people then started muddling fruit and doing this and putting this and this in there and changing it, making their own. The Sazerac stood the test of time. It's a traditional. You go to order a Sazerac at any bar, you're getting this drink. You're
Right.
going to get those bitters. You're going to get lemon. You're going to get a rye. Guarantee you.
Now the fun part, so the Sazerac rye, so that's one that's obviously a nod to the whole, or where this originated in New Orleans.
Yes.
But it actually goes all the way back to, what is it, Thomas Handy?
Mm-hmm.
If you're into the whiskey company stuff. So Sazerac now currently owns Buffalo Trace,
Buffalo Trace, right.
Barton, 1792, all that kind of stuff. One of their lines is the Thomas Handy. They have that's kind of the big Saz. I mean, we got the little Saz and the big Saz. So the
Yep.
Thomas Handy is one of the BTAC. So one of the Buffalo Trace antique collection, highly prized rye whiskey that comes right out of that line. And really one of the big releases for ryes out of the whole Sazerac Buffalo Trace family.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Me either. Unfortunately, I wouldn't mind
Pictures.
trying that one.
Yeah.
And then in 2008, we now have the official cocktail of Louisiana.
Yes.
So I have no idea why they took, I don't know, nearly 200 years to figure out that this should be the official cocktail of Louisiana.
Yeah, I wonder why
But-
it took so long. But you go to a lot of bars and everyone in New Orleans claims this is the not only the this is the New Orleans cocktail.
Yeah, it's not just Louisiana. This is New Orleans.
Yeah, this is
between this and what the Hurricane are probably the two big ones, but this is the official for Louisiana. Maybe New Orleans just has the Hurricane. I'm not sure.
Yes. Smaller cocktail, but because it's straight up, you you don't want this thing to die on the counter. You don't want it to sit in your hand and warm up. You want this thing to sit on the shelf and then drink. Yeah, this is but it's a fantastic cocktail.
Yeah, very nice.
Complex.
Very nice. Lots of different little notes. So it really adds to the whiskey that's put in there. I'm gonna say that is another great episode of our whatever series we call this of exploring whiskey cocktails. Thank you very much for watching. If you have a recommendation of something you'd like to see thrown on a video, leave us a comment. While you're down there, give a big thumbs up to this video. Really appreciate that.
So subscribe down below. Hit the bell icon if you want notifications for other episodes that are being released. And cheers.
Thanks very much for watching.
Cheers.